You're watching Bread and Roses, a weekly political social magazine that's broadcast in English and Persian via New Channel TV. Hello everyone, I'm Mariam Namazi.
And I'm Farid Buspuya. In this week's program, we'll be interviewing Faطمه محمد کاظم on plight of women in Afghanistan.
We'll also be discussing the heinous stoning of a young woman, Rukhsana, in Afghanistan, as well as the murder of another Bangladeshi secularist. We'll talk about an insane fatwa from Saudi Arabia on the women you're allowed to marry and not. We'll talk about an Iranian actress who has had to flee Iran after posting photos of herself without the hijab. And we'll also be talking about the funeral of a wonderful labour rights activist, Kurush Bakhshande, as well as female cricket as a form of protest against the Islamists. Stay with us. There are many events that have gone by this past week. Of course, we have to start with the heinous stoning of 19-year-old Rukhsana. In Afghanistan, she was tried by a Taliban court, allegedly. There's disagreement on who tried her exactly, but definitely an Islamist court. And she was stoned to death. There's video footage of the stoning, which is really heartbreaking. You know, you can hear her screaming. And you can see men throwing stones without any reaction, as if they're throwing stones at a wall, not a real live human being.
Yeah, absolutely. Although the world is reacted to this, I think there should be outrage. The reality is that the police and the officials in Afghanistan did nothing to protect her, and the family wanted to marry her. And you know, this is the plight of many women in Afghanistan. And you wonder what else can people do, and I think there should be a lot more outrage than there is. I think it's good to see that a lot of people have responded to the situation and demanding a better protection for women, but we can't ignore this. We can't forget what's going on in Afghanistan.
Yeah, and it goes back to the way women are perceived, you know, as ownership and property of the male guardian in their family, to do with them as they want. And the fact is that really she has been stoned to death for love. She ran away. She didn't want to get married to the older man the family wanted to marry her off to. They then dragged her back from Iran, where she had fled, married her to a 60-year-old man. Again, she ran away and eloped with a man she loved. And they've dragged her, stoned her to death. He was flogged. Again, you know, of course, no one should be flogged or stoned, but discrepancy between what women faced and what men faced.
And the reality of these, a lot of resistance in Afghanistan, a lot of women in Afghanistan are opposed to the situation. A lot of people have run away from Afghanistan because of this situation. And people need to sort of be able to change the situation. There has been military intervention supposedly for better life in Afghanistan. Look at the result of it, because it relied on the...
It's not enough, it's not enough. I mean, you know, with stoning it was banned, but again, as late as in 2013, under Karzai's government, they were planning to bring it back. There was a proposal to bring it back. This information leaked. There was outrage internationally as well as within Afghanistan, and so they again pushed it back. But this is something that we need to really scream out against. You know, this should not be happening in the 21st century. You know, this should really be the last stoning.
Yeah,
can we all agree that this will be the last stoning? What are we going to do to make sure it never happens again?
And complete protection for women of Afghanistan, and that needs to be a priority of everybody across the world. Protection of women in Afghanistan and defense of their rights.
Yeah, and going, you know, following through from that and the situation of women under Islamic laws, you have the case now of the Iranian actor. Her name is Sadaf Tahirian. She posted photos of herself without the hijab as a form of criticism of the hijab, as a form of protest, as many women in Iran are doing. As a result, they said that she was immoral, that she had shamed in the nation. They banned her from doing any more work, and she has actually now had to flee the country as a result.
And the Islamic regime and the supporters have actually been abusing her on social media, and actually they've doctored her picture and sort of photoshopped hijab on her head. And she's protested, that's openly protested, and now she had to flee because of the pressure.
قراره که چی بشه بعد از گذاشتن این عکس‌ها. ولی جسارتم از جایی شروع شد که به گذشته فکر کردم. وقتی گذشته رو مرور کردم، وقتی که از دفترهای مختلف سینمایی بهم زنگ می‌زدن و با کلی شوق و ذوق میرفتم سمت دفترشون برای بستن قرارداد، اما متاسفانه با جملات وقیحانه‌ای مواجه می‌شدم و این باعث می‌شد که از اون دفتر تا خود خونه فقط اشک می‌ریختم، فقط گریه می‌کردم که چرا، برای چی. در مورد هر چیزی صحبت می‌شد به جز کار. خب یعنی چی؟ پیش خودم فکر می‌کردم که من چی کار کردم؟ من با چه ظاهری رفتم اونجا؟ خیلی ساده، خیلی نرمال، مثل تمام کسای دیگه که ما روزی 1000 نفر رو داریم توی خیابون میبینیم. من فقط توقعی از فرهنگ ایرانی نداشتم که این همه اهانت بشنوم و این همه توهین بشنوم و واقعا نمیتونم مثل خودشون جواب بدم، نمیتونم مثل خودشون برخورد کنم و فقط میتونم بگم که متاسفم، واقعا هیچی ندارم در جواب این سوال بگم. من دلم میخواد که جایی زندگی کنم، دوست دارم جوری زندگی کنم که خودم خوشحالم، به هم توهین نمیشه.
Well, she's out of the country now, but she said that the only reason she did wear a veil is because she had no choice, you know, and I think that's the reality of the veil for many people. And something interesting is that when you're a woman actress, not only do you have to be veiled, not only do you have scenes where if you're even married to a man, you sleep in separate bedrooms because it shouldn't be shown, even to the extent where if you've got a young boy, let's say if it's your son who's 10 or 12, who goes, you know, you're not really supposed to touch him anymore because he's too old now for you to be hugging and kissing your child. It's just a disgusting way of looking at human relationships.
Absolutely. Yeah. Religious and particularly Islamist and Islamic sort of religious in these situations clearly create an inhuman environment for everybody. Even the relationship between mother and her children are deemed to be, you know, immoral effectively. They can't have, you know, they can't hug each other, they can't, it's disgusting.
Yeah. And okay, following again, you know, going now to Bangladesh, we're seeing the hunting of atheists and seculars. They are hunting people. They've put their names on a list. They are hunting them one by one. And the latest news is, of course, the publisher, the secularist publisher, his name is Faisal Abedin Deepan, and he has been killed. You know, and the question is, how many more must be killed before the Bangladeshi government takes action, real action?
Yeah, and we've said time and again that the Islamist movement, it's a killing machine, and they're doing it everywhere, and people need to recognize this is a fascist movement that across the world is just destroying people's life and need to be stopped. And it needs a global reaction to it as well. But at the same time, there's so much resistance against the Islamic regime, even when they're power, from various quarters, and we need to see and recognize these resistance. I mean, there's a case of how people came out in support of a Labour activist in city of Zanaan.
Yeah, but before that, sorry, I wanted to say something about this case before we move on, is that the British High Commissioner in Bangladesh, he condemned the attack, and he said, and I quote, "Violence is never the answer or acceptable in any circumstances." Really? Is that all the British High Commissioner can say? It's as if it's their fault for being secular publishers, but violence is never the answer. Nonsense. You know, there has to be a much stronger condemnation, unequivocal condemnation of what's happening. And next week we're going to be interviewing Ajanta Deb Roy. She is the only woman on an international global death list of UK-based bloggers. Of course, people like Taslima Nasreen are also on such death lists, and we'll be talking to her in more depth about this. But sorry,
let's look forward to that as well.
Yeah.
No, I think there's a lot. We were saying that there's a lot of resistance against the Islamists, and you see that regularly taking place across the Middle East and North Africa. Earlier this week, we had the commemoration of a labour activist who died recently because of the heart attack. He's been in and out of prison and under pressure by the security forces in Iran. And people actually, when he died, hundreds of thousands of people came out in support under severe restrictions in Iran. They had his photograph, they had the Red Union banner out in support of him. And despite the pressure and banning by the Islamic regime, people came out and commemorated his life. And this is the sign of things we could see. And this happened in the city of زنان, which was time and again we've seen the protest, the strong social and secular movement in the city of زنان, and this is beautiful to see. So while there is a killing machine in power and in position of power really in many countries, at the same time there's a lot of resistance that is taking place, and it's good to see.
Yeah, and so we also really commemorate this fallen hero who's died recently, Koorosh Bakhshande, and he was buried with the Internationale as well. Now, the insane fatwa this week is from, of course, Saudi Arabia. Who else? Where else? Why else? And it's a law, actually, the law of the land, which makes it even more special, which says that there are 4 nationalities that Saudis can never marry. That is from Chad, Bangladesh, Pakistani, and Burmese.
Why do they single out these
Sounds
4?
a bit racist.
It does, absolutely it is. But why are they to single out sort of Chad but not Ghana? I mean, what's going on here?
That's a good question. Maybe they don't. Yeah, they think everyone from Africa is one. It's one country, and it's Chad.
Okay, right. I mean, I don't understand what the rationale for this is.
But no, this is brilliant, because they've got this thing of which says that this is not allowed completely. But if you marry Moroccan women, I don't know what they've got about Moroccan women. If you marry them, though, you have to make sure that her profile is free of any crimes and serious diseases, and that she's not a drug addict.
I think they're worried that there might be a lot of secularists because there are a lot of secular women in Morocco, and they're worried about these countries. Possibly they're worried that there are a lot of strong women in these countries. I have no idea.
And what about this? They had said something about, in addition, an applicant who's already married to a Saudi woman must attach. So this is like his second wife, because he needs more than one. Must attach a medical report on the status of his wife, confirming that the first wife, the Saudi wife, is sick, disabled, or cannot give birth, and only then he can have a non-diseased Moroccan woman.
But if it was the second wife was from Saudi Arabia, it was okay.
Of course.
Didn't it? Okay. Yeah. So this is Islamist, racist.
But Reza was saying something really funny, that he read about a court case where there was an accident between a Saudi and a foreigner, and they had said, well, it's your fault, the foreigner, because if you were not here, there would not have been an accident. So, I mean, it's perfect for the EDL and BNP. They should, take some guidance from that. It's exactly their sort of viewpoint.
Yeah, I think we just be careful that David Cameron, when he goes there, he doesn't have an accident.
Early November, a group of female students in Pakistan at the University of Karachi, as a form of protest, they went and played cricket, and they announced on their Facebook page that they were going to do this in protest to an event that had happened a bit earlier.
Yeah, there were a group of sort of students, male and female, they were playing cricket, and the Islamist group, local Islamist group, came and beat them up. He said, because women are not allowed to play cricket in a mixed environment. Forget about playing cricket, but you're playing with boys and girls. So there was an uproar in Pakistan, and young women of Pakistan, the ones who can stop the Islamists, came out in support of, the right to play, and they played. They had a girls' sort of cricket. With no hijab, everything, and just beautiful scene to see.
It's cricket. Even cricket is a form of resistance against the Islamists because they hate anything that is enjoyable. So what better way? We're now going to look at an interview with Fatima Muhammad Kazem. She was interviewed actually by a wonderful women's rights campaigner, Farida Arman, in Sweden. Now, the reason we wanted to show you this interview this week is because it is so relevant to the stoning of Rokhshana, just last week as well, from via the Taliban in Afghanistan. She talks about the situation of women in Afghanistan. You really have to listen to this interview to fully understand what women are going through there. Watch this interview and we'll come back to discuss it further.
خوشحالم از اینکه دعوت ما رو قبول کردی و اومدی توی این برنامه شرکت میکنی و میخوای که حرف دلتو به گوش مردم و جهانیان برسونی.
بله.
میشه خودتو معرفی کنی؟
بله، من فاطمه محمد کاظم از افغانستان هستم.
از کشور افغانستان. چند سال داری فاطمه جان؟
من 36 سالم هستم.
36 سالته. من دوست دارم بگی چی شد که تصمیم گرفتی قبول کنی که بیایی تو این برنامه؟
من از خاطر من میفهمیدم که در این برنامه اگر اشتراک کنم جان من زیاد در خطر است، جان بچه هم در خطر است. مگر بازم من از خاطر در این برنامه شرکت کردم که من میخواستم که درد دل خود، درد دل لکا میلیون زنای افغان از دیگر کشورها را میخواستم که در اینجا بیان کنم، بگویم.
میخواستی بگی برای مردم دنیا که چی داره میگذره؟
بله، که سر خانمای افغان چی میگذره، چقدر جد را میکشن در افغانستان، چی حالت است سر زنا که میلیون زن خودکشی میکنن، جان خود از دست میتن از خاطر که بسیار سرشان ظلم میباشد.
من میخوام مثل یه نمونه از اون میلیون ها زنی که ازش اسم بردی که خودت با گوشت و پوست خودت اینو تجربه کردی، این بی حقوقی رو، این زجر رو، این تبعیض رو تجربه کردی. میشه برامون از اول، از موقعی که کوچیک بودی یه مقدار بگی؟ بچه بودی؟
بله، بچه بودم. چی دسته میخواستم مدرسه برم، مگه مدرسه رفتن نمیتونستم از خاطر که اجازه نداشتم. که بچه های دیگر را میدیدم که مدرسه میرفت، خیلی گریه میکردم، رنج میبردم که این بچه ها چرا به مدرسه میرن، من رفتن نمیتونم، چرا من همراه بچه ها بازی کردن نمیتونم. خیلی رنج میبردم از که رنج خود حال میبرم که بیسواد ماندم. ما میخواستم، ما آرزو داشتم که دیگر بچه ها واره مدرسه برم، باسواد باشم، با همراه بچه ها بازی کنم، مگم چون که نتانستم.
تو پدر مادرت من برام تعریف کردی که در یک حادثه بمبی که منفجر شد پدر مادر تو کشته شدن.
بله.
و تو رو خالت و شوهر خالت.
بله، من شوهر خالم بزرگ کردن. پیش از اون نبودم.
از چه سالی تو مجبور شدی به اینکه برقه و حجاب سر کنی؟
من 4 سالم بود. 4 سالم بود که برقه در سر کردم.
دوست داشتی اون حجاب و اینا رو؟
نه خیر، من دوست نداشتم، چون که من خیلی بچه کوچک بودم، من دوست نداشتم. که من میخواستم دیگه بچه ها رو آزاد باشم، برقه در سرم نباشم، برم در خیابان امرای دیگه بچه ها بازی کنم، منم چون که من اجازه نمیداد، چون که من یک دختر بودم.
تا تو یه ذره بزرگتر شدی و شوهر خالت برات تصمیم گرفت که ازدواج کنی.
بله، من در سن 17 سالگی برای من شوهر خالم تصمیم گرفت که ازدواج کنم. دیگه ازدواج کردم همراه یک مرد که طالبان بود. دیگه برام خوشایند نبود، از خاطر که اون مرد خیلی طالبان بود و دیگه آدم مسلح بود و مسلح میرفت و میامد و قیافهش بسیار ترسناک بود. دیگه دوست نداشتمش. دوست نداشتم.
اجباری بود فقط.
اجباری، بله اجباری. از میلیون زن در افغانستان اجباری است، روسیه‌ایشان نمیتونن که خود خانم‌ها نمیتونن، خود دختر خانم‌ها نمیتونن که برای خود تصمیم بگیرن زندگی خود پیش ببرن. همین باعث میشه که دختر خانم‌ها خود خودکشی میکنن و آتش میزنن و دار میزنن و همین کارا میکنن.
تو زندگیت با این شروع شد که رفتی تو خونه یه نفری که اصلا نمیشناختیش، اصلا ندیده بودیش، اصلا انتخابش نکرده بودی.
بله.
و چطوری میگذشت روزانت؟ روزت چطوری میگذشت؟
خوشایند زندگی نبود دیگه، که بازم از خاطر که در مملکت ما همین رقم قانون هستن که زن هیچ حق و حقوق نداره، بازم قبول کردم همین کارا. وقتی که رفتم دیگه، از اون وقتی که رفتم و ازدواج کردم رفتم دیگه، ظلم و زدن و کتک میزدیم زیاد شروع شد. بازم کتک خودم اقدر رنگ نمیبردم که یه خانم بودم چرا مرا کتک بزنم. بازم اقدر رنگ نمیبردم. وقتی که بچه دار شدم بچه های من رو میزد زیاد رنگ میبردم که خوب بچه هست دیگه، او چی رو میفهمه که میزنه او رو.
تو 2 دختر آوردی؟
بله، من 2 دختر آوردم دیگه. سر من زیاد ظلم میکرد، چون که میگفت چرا پسر نامودی که من رقم خود طالب جورش کنم. اون که دختر پسر بیاره اون که در دست من نیست. من خود نمیدانم که دختر میشه پسر میشه، مگم او آدم نادان بود، جاهل بود، نمیفهمید. میگفت نه باید پسر میآوردی که من رقم خود طالب جور میکنم. مگم من خوش بودم که من دختر میآوردم، چرا که من پسر رو خوش ندارم.
بعد تو زندگیت اینطوری میگذشت که این شروع کرد هی دائم تو رو به خاطر اینکه چرا بچه دختر آوردی تو رو مورد خشونت قرار میداد، کتک میزد، بچه ها رو کتک میزد. چطوری تحمل میکردی؟ واقعا برای من سوال، چجوری تحمل میکردی روزا رو؟
خب ما مجبور بودم که تحمل میکردم دیگه، چاره نداشتم.
هیچ کمک دولتی هیچی نبود که به تو
اونجا چی نمیکنه، نه دولت کمک میکنه، نه هیچ چیز، نه پلیس کمک میکنه، نه دولت کمک میکنه، هیچ چیز نه. مجبور هستی کل عمر یا دست به خودکشی بزنی یا چی کنی، یا تحمل کنی. همین زندگی رو تحمل کنی. دیگه من خودم 2 دفعه خواستم که خودکشی کنم، در چای آب خدا بردم.
خودتو در چای آب بندازی؟
بله. مثلا چشمای بچه هم که میدیدم میگفتم که زندگی از یا چی رقم میشه، چون که زندگی از که من نباشم یا چی رقم میشه. از اون خاطر نتونستم که خودکشی کنم. من بالاخره یک تصمیم گرفتم که باید فرار کنم از اینجا. من میتوانستم که میفهمیدم که من اگر فرار کنم جان ما در خطر است، اگر ما را بگیره دستگیر کنه عرصه ما را میکشه.
هر 3 تاتونو؟
بله.
حتی بچه های خودش هم حاضر بود بکشه؟
بله. بازم از کشتن خود راضی بودم، از این که هر روز زنجیر میکشیدم.
ترجیح دادی که بمیری ولی فرار کنی و بچه هات هم جونشون رو نجات بدی؟
بله.
این برای من تعریف میکردی، میگفتی که من میدیدم که همین سرنوشتی که من الان دوچارش هستم، همین سرنوشت قراره بچه های منم دوچارش بشن و من باعث یه راه حلی پیدا میکرد. بعد فرار کردی، کجا رفتی؟
بس رفتم کابل خانه خالم.
آره. بعد از اون نمیتونست اونجا تو رو پیدا بکنه؟ این فرار کردی به جای دیگه؟
نه که من رفتم خانه خالم، باز از اونجا رفتم خاله من رو دیگه جای پنهان کرد.
پنهان کردش.
بله.
بعد چی شد؟
باز اونجا میرفتم یا خانه یگان کسی که کار میکردم از خاطر که به اولادم یگان چیز پیدا کنم، لباس ها رو میشیدم. باز در یک خانه یک خانم بوده که اونجا که رفتم، باز برادر از او مرا اونجا دیده دیگه. باز مرا گفتم من امرایت ازدواج میکنم. من کل قصه زندگی خدا برش کردم که من جانم این رقم در خطر است. من این که آدم طالب عروسی کرده بودم، از 2 طفل دارم این رقم. بازم دمه قدر که کل داستان زندگی خدا برش گفتم که میفهمید که جان از اون در خطر میشه، بازم آدم خوب بود. بازم مرا قبول کرد، بازم از مرا امرای اولادم قبول کرد، امرای من ازدواج کرد.
بله. بعد حاصل این ازدواج بچه دارید از اون مرد دوم؟
بله، 2 دختر و 1 پسر دارم.
یعنی مجموعاً 5 تا بچه تو آوردین. بعد چی شد که تصمیم گرفتی که فرار کنی از افغانستان؟
او آدم ما رو پیدا کرد.
همسر اولت؟
بله. او دو بار در پشت خانه ما آمد، لطکوب کرد، شوهر دومیم
کتک زدش.
نخواست که او بیای داخل، که اگر او مرا دستگیر میکرد خب مرا میکشتک. اون نمیگذاشت. باز همی بالاخره تصمیم گرفتیم که باید من فرار کنم از اونجا.
We hope you enjoyed the video. I mean, there's so many things in this interview that really reveals the situation of women. I mean, the fact that she had to wear a burqa from 4 years old. She wasn't allowed to go to school. She was married forcibly at a young age. She was beaten. She was abused because she brought daughters and not sons. It's just on and on and on. It's like a never-ending tragedy.
And she had to flee. Eventually she had to flee, initially to another city, to her aunt, and then later on abroad, to be able to have a basic human life. And this is the situation of many women and people from Afghanistan, many women from Middle East and North Africa, in particular Afghanistan. They have the only way that they can actually have a decent human life is to run away, and run away like thousands of refugees. And this is a heartbreaking, really, interview that we've seen, and we need to recognize that people come in from Afghanistan. These are the stories that we need to listen and to hear and see the human beings and the situations under every single refugee who comes from Afghanistan or from Middle East.
Yeah, especially when you hear very often, people in the far right or racist and xenophobic groups talking about fake refugees. Honestly, look and listen to the lives of people who are fleeing. And then it becomes so clear that honestly, the fact that they're still alive, they're still hoping, moving, trying to reach a better way, a better society, a better life, just it says volumes about humanity's resilience and the need for people to really be able to live human lives. So definitely refugees always welcome. We've reached the end of our program. We hope you enjoyed this week's program.
Yes, and from me and Maryam Namazi, goodbye.
Bye. Hi, I'm Maryam Namazi.
And I'm Fari Bospuya.
We're hosting a program called Bread and Roses. It's a weekly program that's broadcast in Persian and English in the Middle East and North Africa, primarily Iran as well. And it's also shown on YouTube internationally.
And we've been doing this since last May. We're coming up to our year's anniversary, and
Yeah.
we've had quite a lot of fun making these videos.
We discuss taboo-breaking, free-thinking ideas. The Islamic regime of Iran has called us immoral and corrupt.
And that's why you need to support us. We are and the alternative voice in Middle East and North Africa.
Of corruption and immorality. So do support us. Here's a short video from Patreon that explains how you can help us with even just $1 a week. That's nothing. Support us.
Patreon lets fans become patrons of their favorite artists and content creators. It's different than Kickstarter because it's not about one big project that requires lots of funding. It's more for bloggers or YouTubers or webcomics, anyone who creates on a regular basis. Here's how it works. When you become a patron, you're agreeing to give an artist a tip of an amount you set every time they release a piece of content, whether it's a new song, a video, or a recipe. You can set a monthly maximum to make sure that you're always within your budget. Choose an amount, enter your payment information, and you're done. Becoming a patron allows you to view and post in the artist's stream, and in exchange for your support, artists offer additional patron packages, which might include monthly Google Hangouts, music production tutorials, pre-sale concert tickets, or anything they can offer as a way to say thanks. Patreon, empowering a new generation of content creators.